Team Diamonds just dropped in Madden 25 Ultimate Team, and although EA Sports got everyone fired up by dropping this GIF over on Twitter last night, it's not all roses and dandelions to get these 95s. Let's explain. Now, Soul family, and welcome back to another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Let's start by talking about how you can get these 95 overall team builders, because honestly, it's not simple, it's confusing, and there was no explanation by EA Sports. Now, there's kind of two different sections of 95 overall Team Diamond players in this game. The first one is going to be associated with every single 92 overall player. Every single 92 you guys see right here has a 95 overall card as well. And the way you get that is honestly awful, because literally the only way it looks like you can get these cards is by opening up this $100 Team Diamond pack offer. I see zero other opportunities to get the 95 overall players. As you guys can see, this offer for 12,000 points is going to be giving you a 95 or 92 overall Team Diamond champ. Number one, you can't pick your card. Number two, there's only a 20% chance you even get a 95, and that's literally the only way possible you can get cards like Deshaun Jackson 95, Alfred Morris 95, or any of those cards that have a 92 as well. Now, the cards that are at least a little bit more accessible, and when I say a little bit, I literally mean a little bit, like a tiny sliver more accessible, are going to be the Eli Manning and the Julius Peppers cards. If you go on over to your Team Diamond sets in this game, the way they did these sets is the same way they've done Team Diamonds in past years. For going through and getting 32 tokens, you're able to earn a Julius Peppers or an Eli Manning. Now, the way these tokens work is relatively simple. You go through and get tokens by completing these master sets in this game. So say, for example, I do the Emmitt Smith 92 overall set, I get the card, and I also get a Cowboys Team Diamond token. Now, I will say the only good thing that I see about this program right here is if you find one set that's profitable or that's break even, say, for example, it's Deshaun Jackson. Realistically, Deshaun Jackson is probably the best 92 in here. So say, for example, the Deshaun Jackson set is break even or is profitable. Well, you can go through, do that set over and over again, put in your Team Dime token in this set and a couple other 84 overall players, and exchange that for all the other teams. Because in past years, you'd have to go through and do every single team set. So on a card like Dontari Poe, who most people probably don't need in this game as much as Deshaun Jackson, you'd lose a ton of coins when you did this set. But at least now there's an opportunity to exchange your tokens, because the way you get these 95s is you need to go through and get a token for every single team. But luckily, yes, there's now an exchange set allowing you to swap those tokens around for a low cost. Okay, now I'm going to go through and run some numbers to see whether or not we can potentially make those sets profitably or actually get tokens at a really cheap price for tomorrow's video. So be sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel down below, but let's talk about what you guys need to do right now. Now, first things first, just today, I would say absolutely, if you have any team builder card in your binder, I don't care if it's a 90, I don't care if it's an 87, I don't care if it's an 86, I don't care if it's an 82, if you have any team builder card in your binder, I beg you, sell them off right now. As you guys can see, 87 overall team builders are 100k. That's an insane price for an 87 overall player. 90 overall team builders, they're selling for 390k. That is an insane price for a 90 overall card. If you have a team builder in your binder right now, I beg you, sell it off immediately. That is an absolute must. Now, beyond that, in terms of how we can make a little bit of coin, let's talk about that. Now, before we do, well, on the topic of making coin, on the screen right here are a couple of the picks we made on Underdog Fantasy, which made me a little bit of coin last night. We hit every single pick I posted. This pick 2 hit for 80 bucks. This pick 2 hit for 80 bucks. And what's even more exciting is our streak has even more progress. I can't even show a screenshot with all the picks we have correct on our streak, but the way the streak works is if you get 10 picks correct, you're able to turn $10 into 10k. And for me personally, I just have 4 more picks I need to get right, which is insane. We're getting close to turning 10 bucks into 10k. If you watching this video would like to make some picks for Thursday Night Football, you want to copy me, you want to try some picks for yourself, I'm leaving Underdog linked in the description. Use the promo code SWIFT as you sign up. That will go through and get your first deposit matched up to $1,000. Let's win together, boys. Okay, now let's talk about these sets and see whether or not we can make a little profit, because as we saw before, these cards are incredibly inflated. How can we get these players? Well, realistically, I think there's a chance to maybe build some of the 90 overall sets profitably. You can't make a ton of coin doing these because it's going to cost you about 400k to build these. The cards sell for 400, but the set that really caught my eye is the 87 overall team builder exchange, a few 85s and an 83 to get a card that's selling for 100k. That feels too good to be true. So a couple things we can do. Number one, if you want to try and snipe 85 to 86 overall players at about 20 to 25,000 coins, you will be able to make a very nice bit of coin by going through here and doing that. But as you guys can see, 85 to 86s right now, they're expensive. I don't see any 86 overall players selling for a good price. In terms of the 85s right here, you guys are going to see if we scroll down on this filter, 85 overall players, they're selling at 40k. Now here's where things get interesting, because is what we're going to try in today's video, and what I think is actually an interesting method is buying some training and rolling that training into 85 overall players, because right now 85s are so expensive. That's where I'm seeing the biggest opportunity in the market. It's tough to go through and snipe cards to build the team diamonds. Everyone's doing that, but you can go through, buy training at a good price, and maybe roll that into 85s. Let's talk about it. Now, in terms of what cards we want to actually do that method, I'm going to grab a 90 overall player and give this a go. The 90 overall filter is absolutely glitched because, as you guys can see, I'm on the 92 to 93 filter, and yet for some reason I'm seeing these cards right here. Filters are broken. There's a lot of stuff broken in this game right now, but let's buy a 90 at the cheapest price. 175k isn't a horrible deal, and because we know that the 85 overall players are selling for about 40k, we don't need to pull that many of them in order to make some coin. As you guys can see, we're getting 10.6k trading right here. That's a lot. And there's a couple different things you can try. Number one, if you want to give mystery packs a go, absolutely you can. I'm going to try the 83 plus unstoppable reroll. Reason being is if we pull anything higher than an 83, we're making a ton of coin, because the second highest overall is an 85. So say, for example, we get an 85, we know those cards are super expensive. If we pull an 88, well, that's actually just an awesome pull. And if we pull maybe a champion, well, then we're in an incredible situation. But again, all it takes is an 85 overall pull to actually make us a solid bit of coin on this reroll. And if we don't pull an 85, I'm simply quick selling and rolling over and over again. It is going to depend a little bit how good / bad these pack odds are in terms of whether or not this method works, but I think it's very interesting. I mean, we're not getting lucky so far, but as long as the roll isn't absolutely awful, I think there's life in here. I'm going to try a couple mystery packs as well. We'll see if we can get an 85 right here. I mean, come on, EA. But the mystery pack could be very interesting. If you pull an 85 plus overall player, you're in an insane situation. If you pull lower than an 85, I mean, you're obviously not going to be making any coins because 83s and stuff aren't super expensive. But if you see an 85 plus overall pull, you're in a great spot. Obviously for us, we're kind of going through, we're re-rolling our training over and over. 82s, 83s, I don't really want to sell those off, but 85 pluses, that's where you print. So you're kind of breaking even, ideally close to break even at least on all these packs until you get that one good pull. That one obviously wasn't a great pack. But yeah, as you guys can see, the 85 overall market is pretty insane. So I'm going to give a couple more rerolls and see if we can maybe get lucky. Whenever there's a pack, or sorry, an overall that's super expensive, I feel like if you can buy training at a cheap price and roll into those lower overalls, that's where you can really be in a good situation. We don't get lucky in the red zone. People were getting really lucky in the red zone before and getting some insane packs. I also heard over on Twitter that these packs might have gotten nerfed a little bit over the past couple of days, so maybe that's why we're in a situation where we're not getting super lucky with the pulls. But again, an 85 is what you want. An 84 overall player, unfortunately, that doesn't really help you. All right, here we go. This is a good pack. We get an 85 overall Quincy Williams, which, like we saw before, is going to be selling for about 40,000 coins. I know it says 20k right here, but we saw that these cards are selling for 40. And if you go through and filter through the set, it's going to show you cards selling at 40k. That's a huge pull, and that's why I think there's a chance to potentially roll here and make a little bit of coin. Also an 81 Jimmy Ward, that's nice for 23. So yeah, if you guys want to try out any of these methods, I think that they're pretty interesting. Let me know if you have any success with the mystery packs or with any coin methods in this game, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace.